Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky Sechere. I hope you're doing well. So today I'm back with one of my usual educational videos for nurses about a nurse who has lost or is losing her nursing registration in the UK as a result of a referral to the UK NMC by a foreign nursing council. So if you want to know more about this video, please watch to the end. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky Sechere. So once again, I'm back with one of my educational videos to nurses, especially overseas nurses who are working in the UK. I'm a nurse myself and I've been working here in the UK for a long time, and I have a bit of experience and information, and I like to give you tips and advice to help you develop as you migrate to UK, and those of you who are in the process of planning to relocate to UK to work as nurses or health professionals. So I'll go again through the reasons why someone can get fired, or let's say struck off the UK Nursing and Midwifery Council. So one of the reasons would be as a result of misconduct, as a result of criminal conviction, lack of competence, health grounds, not having the necessary knowledge of English, determination by other health or social care organizations, fraudulent or incorrect entry onto the UK NMC register. So the case I'm going to be talking about today is about a nurse who was referred by other health or social care organizations. So in this case, she was referred to the UK NMC by the NMC of her home country, which is the country I originate from. Anyway, so she is being struck off, or she's losing her registration as a result of, let's say, referral by another organization. So let's start. What happened? Actually, when they were going through this case, the NMC UK tries as much as possible to engage with the nurses and get them involved in the process, but it seems like this person or this nurse did not actually engage with the NMC during the hearing. So this person, what happened was that the UK NMC received a referral from the NMC of this nurse's home country in Africa, stating that they have sanctioned the nurse in her country of origin, so back home, relating to findings made against her regarding the care of a woman and her baby during the perinatal period in 2017. So this nurse is a midwife. So at that time, the nurse was working with a trust in the UK. So this is the time that the NMC of the foreign country referred the nurse to the UK NMC. So she's already working in the UK when this referral came through. And the reason she is she's losing her PIN is that this lady failed to inform her UK employers that she has been a subject to a regulatory proceedings in her country of origin, or that she has been sanctioned by the NMC in her country. So what are the charges? So sometime in 2019, I think it's April 2019, she received findings of professional misconduct, and she was made a subject of sanctions by the foreign NMC. Between February and September of that year, 2019, the nurse or the midwife failed to inform her employers in the UK that she was under investigation by the NMC of a foreign country, or she was made a subject to regulatory sanctions by the NMC in her country of origin. So they felt that this midwife's actions were dishonest in that she intended to conceal the investigation or sanction from her employers in the UK. You know, these are little things that we could have done, or this midwife could have done, to have prevented her losing her PIN. Once again, it's an issue about dishonesty. I said in one of the previous videos, honesty is one thing that if you're honest in life, you will be fine. And one thing about the UK, or for that matter, other countries or developed countries, is that so far as, or as soon as they have a doubt about your honesty, you are in trouble. They will never and never trust you. You can try as much as possible to change, but there's always a question mark about your honesty. So honesty is very important. Now, let's carry on with the thing. So the NMC, UK NMC, received findings of an unprofessional conduct about this RN, which was made, and that she was made a subject of sanctions by her country once again. So the panel considered the referral letter dated June 2019, which shows that the midwife has been made a subject of sanctions by her country's NMC. Although the nurse had communications with the NMC of her home country, she didn't feel she was a subject of sanctions in her country. So the UK NMC felt that the midwife would have known her practice had been under investigation during her application to get a job in the trust that she was working at. But, you know, she thinks, oh, something is happening between myself and my home country NMC, but I don't know that I had sanctions against me. That's what she felt. But anyway, the RN or the midwife ticked a question below. So this thing is very important as well. So when she was applying for the job in the UK, in the trust that she was working at, even if you're applying for your NMC registration with the UK or any job in the UK, there is this question you have to listen. It says, are you currently subject to a fitness to practice investigation and or proceedings of any nature by a regulatory or licensing body in the UK or in any other country? So when she got to that point, the midwife ticked no. So regardless of whatever, whether you feel you've got sanctions or so far as you have received a letter or you are having communication with your home country's NMC about something that has happened between you and a patient, or you've been referred to them, you need to tick that. And you should be ready to explain what that is about. And it is better to tick it and they deny you a job rather than not ticking it. You will get the job and you lose your PIN as a result. So the issue is that she failed to disclose to her employers that she was made a subject of sanctions by the NMC in her country. The nurse actually had appealed against her sanctions or whatever is happening in her own country, although at the time the midwife did not think she was under sanctions. So if you didn't think you were under sanctions, why would you have applied or appealed against whatever is going on between you and your home country NMC? Anyway, if you're under sanction by any other NMC or licensing body, you need to inform the UK NMC as well as your employers. But she did not do any of this. According to the case, she had 3 years suspension by the Nursing and Midwifery Council in her home country. So the UK NMC panel considered that although she had not been made a subject to sanctions at the time of her application, she was aware that sanctions had been imposed on her on or after April 2019. and there was no evidence that the midwife informed the UK NMC or her employers about what was going on. Therefore, her actions was dishonest. So actions were dishonest. Therefore, they concluded that her fitness to practice was impaired by reasons of determination by other health and social care organization. And this was a case of misconduct. So what did they do? They imposed interim suspension order of 18 months in order to protect the public and uphold the public interest. The 18 months suspension order covers any appeal that may be lodged. And if no appeal, then the interim suspension order will be replaced by striking off order 28 days after the midwife is sent the decision of the hearing in writing. So this is a very unfortunate case whereby, yes, this midwife did something during her practice back home. She eventually had sanctions against her, or she was under investigation, and when she came to the UK and found a job, she was applying and she did not indicate or tick that she's being sanctioned or under sanction or having something going on between her and the regulatory body in her country. And ideally, she should have mentioned something of this sort to UK NMC, that currently something happened when I was back home and I've had this situation going on. She did not do any of that. She did not inform her employers in the UK. They felt she was concealing this information from them, which means that she is dishonest. Hence, she has to be suspended, and eventually she's going to be losing her registration. I believe she has worked so hard to get here, and because she was not honest, unfortunately, she's losing everything. And if you lose your PIN, you can't work as a nurse in the UK. You might not be able to, you can't work as a nurse in your home country unless, of course, you are able to go through the case with them, and then these sanctions will be taken off you. But already you have spoiled your chances in the UK. So once again, this is a good learning experience. If you're back home and you're currently applying to come to the UK to work as a nurse, make sure you tick all the correct boxes. Make sure all the evidence you are providing are correct. Make sure you are honest with everything you are doing, because if you are dishonest, it would catch up with you one day, and all your hard work of trying to come to the UK, would come to nothing. I hope you have learned something from this video. Keep watching. I would try my best to keep bringing you very informative and educational videos. Make sure, even if not as a nurse, whether you are relocating as a doctor, whether you are relocating as a care assistant, if you haven't practiced care work in your country, don't say you have practiced, you've got the experience. Unless, of course, you have some experience, you've done some courses, yes, that's fine. Unless, of course, the job you're applying for in the UK, they're saying you don't need experience, we would train you, that is fine. But don't say, I have 10 years or 5 years of care experience, and just be truthful, just be honest, and you'll be fine. Take care. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.